We simply call this segment Capital Spotlight. We do it right before session. We grab members of the General Assembly and discuss some of the things they've been working on and how it may impact all of us. Representative Blake Filippi joins us now. He is an independent, although you caucus with the Republicans. You represent that great community of New Shoreham. And we talked to you a couple of weeks ago. It's always good to have you back. And again, you got to be pumped because prime season's right around the corner for Block Island.
It is. And I also represent all of Charlestown and portions of South Kingstown and Westerly, the most beautiful area of the state.
Well, I'll tell you what, you won't get many arguments from people on that, that's for sure. Listen, something that's been in the news a lot lately, you have some very strong opinions about it, centers this baseball park in Providence, the home of the Pawtucket Red Sox, moving. And give me your overview and why you have so many concerns.
I think there's multiple levels of concerns. There's a process problem and a substance problem. I think the process problem is that Article 6, let me make sure I get this right, Section 16 of our state constitution requires the people to approve all debt. And I think that the proposal, this leaseback provision, it subverts that constitutional requirement, having our state fund the debt of this third party, the Skeffington Group, without a vote of the people.
Well, and again, when I saw their presentation, their artist renderings and pretty pictures, it all looked very nice. It was all impressive. But how do we really know that it's going to generate the kind of revenue that they say that it's going to generate?
I don't think we do know. I mean, the proposal they have has us paying for all of their debt. And any cream after that, I believe, goes into their pocket. So I think that's very problematic. It's corporatism. It's, public risk with private gain, and I don't support that one bit.
Well, again, I know this isn't scientific, but I've been watching social media on this topic, and a lot of the people in the hinterland seem to have some real serious questions about this, especially after coming off the 38 Studios boondoggle of a couple of years back.
I think that the 38 studios in this are similar in that it's essentially the state paying the debts of third parties without a vote of the people, which is required by our Constitution. So I think they're both very problematic. I mean, it's ironic that they both deal with baseball. And I think another issue that isn't getting much play is that I don't believe the state should be taking sides in this competition between Pawtucket and Providence.
Well, and now let me ask you this. Is it possible, or do you get, I mean, I'm sure you've listened to these people that are part of this new ownership team, and you've listened to the proposals. Do you get any kind of sense from them that there still might be a possibility that the Pawsox could stay in Pawtucket?
I haven't gotten that impression. But I mean, the state's put a lot of money into that stadium. They're one of the most well-attended stadiums for AAA. So I don't see what the big push to move is.
Well, guess what just happened? After the announcement about this possible move, did you see attendance on opening day at McCoy Stadium? It was off. I think that there's been a negative backlash by some of the fans. I think the fans, especially those folks that live in historic Pawtucket, feel a little bit betrayed, like a jilted lover, if you will.
and I think that people aren't upset that they want to move as much. I mean, certainly people in Pawtucket, that's problematic, but it's that they want to move and use our money to do it. I think that's what leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Well, the other thing, though, let's look around the country at professional stadiums. Communities and states do it all the time. They finance new ballparks, new football stadiums. It's not a new concept. It's been done a lot in order to attract professional sports franchises to a given community.
But it's a nice to have. It's not a have to have. The have to haves are what we should be spending our money on, and that is solid jobs that are white collar on that land.
Well, I'll tell you what, and again, I have no inside information. I have a hunch, just a sneaking suspicion that when this move takes place, because I think you're right, I think they're dead set on moving and building a new facility, I think it'll end up in Massachusetts somewhere.
I mean, I hope not, But just because we hope it doesn't move to Massachusetts doesn't mean that we should be put over a barrel with a bad deal.
One last quick question. Did you hear that news story today about Plan B? Some people came forward with some land that they think might be better suited for the ballpark, and they say that they're open for discussions too.
Sure, I have, and that's great. That seems like a private development. That's better than the government financing it or the government giving them the land.
Well, listen, I think you have a lot of folks on your side. And did I hear even that Governor Raimondo may have changed her tune a little bit on this, that she seems to be backing away, or am I misreading that?
Those were the headlines, and if she is backing away from it, I'm happy to hear that. I believe she has the state's best interests at heart, and right now I don't know that this deal does have our best interests.
Representative, great topic today, and again, I know a lot of people are interested in it. Thank you for helping us out, and continued success to you and your colleagues in the Rhode Island House of Representatives.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. And of course, we could not do it without you. Thank you so much for watching. For Capitol Spotlight and Capitol Television, I'm Dave Barber.